Well, hello and happy Friday. It is Casual Friday here at Time for Hemp. You got me in my Hawaiian t-shirt. Behind me is something special I'm going to share with you about from Urban Garden. It is how I managed to enjoy my wonderful weed, which is might be a little hard to see me in the lighting because we might be in a grow area. I don't know. But when we come back, we're going to learn a whole lot more about what's going on back here and what's going on in our, of course, news feed here on the big broadcast.
You are listening to the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network. Please share us with your friends.
Serious Seeds is your source for quality cannabis and sativa seeds. Serious Seeds are the creators of legendary strains like AK-47, Bubblegum, Chronic, Cali Mist, and White Russian. The AK-47 is probably the most awarded strain on the planet. The high THC content of AK-47 makes it the perfect medical strain for patients seeking quick pain relief. Cali Mist is an almost pure sativa. Female medical cannabis patients have reported that this strain helps relieve menstrual cramps. Serious Seeds just acquired another Dutch high-quality seed bank, Magus Genetics. From now on, Serious Seeds can offer you even more award-winning strains. The fine folks at Serious Seeds strive to breed the best cannabis genetics that they can find, so patients can rely on the effectiveness of their medicine. Go to SeriousSeeds.com to grow your medicine. That site again is SeriousSeeds.com.
Look at all that money, yeah, the money that they spent. Take another look now and take some time for hemp. I don't cut trees for paper, cause it hurts the environment. Stop deforestation, yeah, it's time for hemp. Oh, an acre of hemp makes 20 barrels of oil. No need for pesticides to poison all our soil. People got no food, they got no clothes, they got no rest. Well, right now it's time for hemp.
Thank you for taking Time for Hemp. I had the mute button on there. Remember, we are live and we are doing this each week kind of much as an experimental type of thing. And the experiment is really going good. A lot of people are tuning in and they're following us. And I want to thank you because that is how we get found. And I tell you, it's important for our guests to be found, like May Nutt, who was on yesterday. And we're still getting her message out, which is why I think it's so important that we make sure that Time for Hemp is always available to the people on the internet who need it. And today is Casual Friday. We are growing behind me. Now, this is a cool little garden back here. Now, I'm going to open it up here in just a second. And when I do, a big purple light's going to come on, and you're going to go, oh, okay, not be able to see too much. And then we'll take a break here in a minute or two. And then when we come back, I'll have different lighting on it so you can see the plant on the inside. But this is really a cool setup. It's from Urban Garden, one of our sponsors. So please make it a point to go to Urban Gardens and say thank you for being part of our team, because they are the reason why we're able to come to you for free. You know, some people don't like the fact that we have advertising on our show. I can't help it. That's the only way we can do this. We just can't sit here for free and make videos. We'd like to, but you know, it's our sponsors who make it possible for us to get this message out. Now check out this little garden here. See, like I said, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a big old plant in there. Well, there's actually 2 plants in there. And I'm going to try to show you, maybe the light won't let me. If that's the case, then we'll do some kind of other filming some other time. But, well, we'll try to make it so that you're able to see at least some of the plant in there. And this is a cool little system for, like, if you've got an apartment, or maybe you're living in a dorm, or some kind of cramped housing. And this is about the size of a portable closet. And you can grow 2 plants in there. And I tell you, in 6 weeks' time, these plants went from seed to about 4 feet, and they're ready to flower, which is awesome. So it's a great little system. And then we're also going to give you some little pointers on how to set up the system and then grow. We want people to be able to grow their own cannabis. And so we got a friend of mine who's been on the program before, and he's also on the program that I'm the joint host of, which is pretty cool. And Paul Stanford is the host of it. It's called Cannabis Common Sense. It's on every Friday night. And Paul Stanford's been doing it for about 16 years now. Excuse me for, let me get a little more comfortable here. And it's an honor to be part of that team. It's a great team of people who've been dedicated to ending cannabis prohibition and working with the Seattle Hemp Fest. And Paul's always been the supporter and the creator of the Portland Hemp Fest. He's been a big supporter of the network. And Paul is a hard-working activist. So if you know Paul Stanford, you might make it a point to give him some love. And one of the people that Paul likes to put a spotlight on as well is George Cervantes. He is probably the best-known cannabis connoisseur and grower around the world, and he's been working with Ed Rosenthal a couple times in the past and other people, and his knowledge is just overwhelming. So if you want to learn anything, and I mean anything about growing, whether it be germinating or what's wrong with your plant or how to harvest, growing indoor or outdoor, or how this light affects that, you can just go find George Cervantes, and you can learn quite a bit. So with that said, why don't I hush up and give you a chance to find out why it is he is so fantastic.
It's a 40-hour-a-week job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's really good to know, because a lot of people want to get into this industry. Wow, there's some really big buds in here already. I got it.
We can walk in the middle.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's walk down here. Oh, okay, here, there's a road right down the middle. Oh, yeah, this is cool. Yeah, I saw some of these. There was, I think, where was it? One of these, this was a big one. There was some real big, oh yeah, that's a big, heavy one. You can't really see it as well with the camera, but it's, the whole thing is, it's like, this is heavy already. And it's quite early. So that's really good. It's starting to get sticky. There's so much growth difference in growth here on each one of these varieties. Amazing. Amazing. Now this just keeps going and going, eh? It takes forever to get through here. And then we got, oh, I see. This is cool down here. We don't have a lot of room. We don't have a lot of room. I have to stand over here. But this is good. These posts in here keep you from bumping into the plant and breaking the limbs and whatnot. Well, hey, Ryan, could you tell me about this? This looks like
This is one of our mother plants that we decided to flower out here. So this is, I believe, a pre-98 Bubba Kush. Early stage, so we are, pre-98 Bubba Kush. We decided to flower the mom out and just kind of see what happened.
Pre-98, that'd be old school, I guess, to you guys?
Yeah, I guess. It's a great strain for us. It is starting to stack up, looking pretty decent. We still got some time left in this room, so yeah, everything should be good.
And these aren't this isn't the heaviest producer, but I know a lot of people like this variety as well.
Yeah.
Because you can see some of these other buds. I don't know if we can get around and see some of these other ones, but these are all, let's see, oh, yeah, there's some really big buds in here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, it looks real nice. And it's full, hardly any aisles. You gotta kind of have this one because you can't access. You can't access this area any other way. So you pretty much have to have this aisle.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because see with these beds, you can get them. You can have an aisle like this. You can have an aisle like this, and where the beds, they go back and forth, but you really can't make them go this way and still stay efficient. You know, it's too much. So you've done, I mean, pretty well maxed this room out. Let me see if I can get out of here. This takes a while. The jungle. Yeah. Just that one. Okay. Well, I'd say we're pretty good right now. We got to talk loud because the fans are still going. Can't cut the fans down. Toy shop. Okay, we're at the toy shop, and these are some of the guys that work here, but not all of them. And so we just thought we'd say goodbye from, you know, so you can see a few flowers and stuff. And yeah, if you guys want to say anything, please do. The world's watching.
Stay growing. Yeah, go check us out on Instagram, Disciples of Days.
Disciples of Days.
Disciples of Days. Okay, now we're all in the same gang as soon as we pull our thumbs up. This is our gang symbol. Okay, we'll see you guys soon.
Hello, I'm Richard Sackrider, head reporter for the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network. Today we're going to be reporting on the news feed for tomorrow. That's right, this is a preview of tomorrow's news feed. On Saturdays and Sundays, many people enjoy gardening. And so today, or should I say Saturday, many of our posts will be focused on tips for cultivation. And I certainly hope that they help you with all of your growing endeavors. Well, tomorrow, one of the things on the newsfeed that you're certain to find is, how are white tips formed on cannabis buds? I mean, that is a good question a lot of people ask, and it certainly is nice when you are growing a lovely garden of cannabis and you look out there and they've been flowering for a while and you see these lovely white tips on those lovely plants of yours. And so Leafly, LEAFLY.com has got an article that we have put on our news feed that is found on Twitter and on Facebook. There you can check out how these wonderful, velvetly, beautiful, white, cushiony tips come to formation, and learn about the trichomes and all the cool things that make all the parts of the plant so wonderful. And that's from Leafly.com, and you'll find it on the news feed tomorrow. And maybe it'll be of benefit when you are gardening. And those who live in Florida will find this of interest. There is another nursery that will be joining Florida's growing marijuana industry. And believe me, there is a huge industry in Florida. You just don't hear a lot about it because, jeepers, originally the governor was against it. I think is still against it. Well, anyway, you should also do a Google search on marijuana laws, medical marijuana laws, medical cannabis laws, and hemp laws. And especially in the state of Florida and Texas and some of those, Indiana, some of those states there, you'll discover quite a bit. But here we have another nursery that is joining the other nurseries in Florida, and it's a longtime Jacksonville nursery. As a matter of fact, they've gotten approval for a coveted medical marijuana license from the state health officials, and they're going to be making some fantastic medical cannabis to help patients all around the United States and probably eventually the world. For those of you who enjoy growing any plant, whether it be the cannabis plant or your house plant or perhaps just, a tomato plant, as much as you can organically, there's a very interesting article from CannabisNow.com called Microlife, Growing Cannabis Organically. And it does show the benefits of and how you can go about making it happen. I would say how to easily make it happen, but nothing is easy if you want to make it turn out right. So always make sure that when you are dealing with cultivation, you do not cut corners, because when you cut corners, it shows in your harvest. For those of you who are growing indoors, it's always important to make sure that you select the correct lighting. Some people swear by LEDs, others swear by fluorescent. Some people use a combination of both. Well, GreenRushDaily.com has put out a fantastic article called 10 Best Fluorescent Lights for Growing Weed. And it will be on our news feed that's also found on Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn, etc. And these are the best fluorescent lights for growing cannabis. And they also, along the way, give you pointers on how to set your lights so that your plants get the most from the type of lighting that you are selecting. So if you're looking for new ideas and tips for your indoor garden lighting, you will find that on our feed tomorrow. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, make a comment underneath. Another interesting post on the news feed that you find on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Plus, etc., is about how the pot industry is creating jobs for college grads. I know many people in the world kind of think that having a job in the cannabis industry is something that does not require a degree. But a degree sometimes is needed when you're trying to figure out a strain or a strand. And that's why I wanted to interrupt Richard Sackrider there. He's one of our favorites here on the big broadcast. And he'll be bringing you other news reports in the future. But we've got this really great thing behind us right here. And I want to make sure you don't miss it. And we're going to tell you more about that. But do go to our newsfeed. People like to garden on the weekends. And when they do garden on the weekends, sometimes they are looking at their leaves, trying to figure out why they're turning brown, or they're curling up, or they're curling down, or why the roots aren't going as far down as they need to, or whatever. And there are a lot of great resources that can be found here on the big broadcast at Time Frame. We got Farmer in the Sky, who does a program on the network. Chris Conrad does a program on the network. Andrea Herman does a program on the network. Many of our guests are growers. Many of our advertisers are involved in growing, whether it be someone like Sensi Seed or Sirius Seeds or Crop King Seeds, who is involved with what are they called? Seeds, and helping you start your plan, or like in this case, Urban Garden, who's put together this really cool setup. Now, I told you I got other lights on. It's kind of hard to still see, but let me give you an idea. And we started these plants 3.5 weeks ago. All right. Burnt myself on a light bulb. We started these plants 3.5 weeks ago. And look at this guy. Right up to here. Right. Well, anyway, it's big. And this is a great little setup. Oh, let me get this out of the... Oh, jeepers. Does that help? That helps. Is that better? Well, that's even better. There. Look at those plants. Now, can you imagine having something like that grow in your apartment or in your dormitory? And it's not very, very big. It's like I said, it's the size of a closet or one of those roll-in closets, portable closets that you see people move when they're traveling a lot on the road. And so it's got a nice little fan up there, which is pretty cool. And I'll tell you, it comes completely out of the box. I'm going to show you a video here in a minute about it. And it comes completely out of the box. And all you got to do is just order it and unpack it and get your seeds. Well, and water. I think it even comes with the fertilizer for your first crop. I mean, it is completely well packaged. So if you're looking for a way to grow your medical cannabis, because let's face it, it's not easy to get your medical cannabis. And sometimes even when it is easy to find it, it's still not always affordable. And this is a nice way, living in a small space, to do this. It's also low maintenance. This has got a great drip system to it. We've done very little. There's a gentleman who lives upstairs who's been helping me. He's pretty smart when it comes to doing plant and vegetative work. And it's been very low maintenance. We've just checked the pH levels, changed the water every few days to make sure the water is not stagnant. The water goes up and drains down, goes up and drains down. So you never have to worry about it being too wet for the roots or too dry for the roots. And the lights come with the package, and she's got two. The lights are already set for vegetative and flowering, so you don't have to buy 2 lights either. And of course, you shouldn't do what we did and let the plants get so tall. We didn't think they grow so big, so fast, especially in this little. But jeepers, the whole thing just went wow, and it was just so cool to watch. Well, anyway, there's another thing about marijuana plants. Besides being fun to smoke, there's another. I feel like they got their own aura. Now, I know that sounds a little wacko. Maybe I've hit the pipe one too many times. I don't know. But I've been around tomato plants, and I've been around corn plants, and I've been around trees and shrubs, and I've been around just all kinds of vegetative all around the world. And a plant's a plant, except for this plant, this wonderful cannabis plant. And when you're around it, it's like you can feel an energy coming from it. It's almost like it's got its own little aura. You can almost even communicate with it, which kind of makes sense because the seed is 98, the molecular structure of the seed is 98% equal to the molecular structure of human blood. So you know it's good for us when we eat it. And when I was growing in my garden once, when you grow without having a drip system, you want to make sure you don't overwater your plants. So you underwater. So you wait till your plants start to droop just a little bit. And then I would go down there and water all my plants, and within an hour or so, they go from drooping to lifting up their little arms as if to say, I love you, I want to hug you, you're my best friend. Well, anyway. So I just wanted to drop in and share that with you. And, well, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to learn a lot about this wonderful little system that you can get. It's not very expensive. You can set it up really easy from Urban Gardens. So anyway, be right back.
Hey, Bob. What's up, man?
I'm just surfing all over the web, trying to find some info on medical marijuana and the best strains of cannabis, advice for growers.
Looks like you're having a hard time, bro.
There's gotta be a million websites out there.
True, but you really only need one website to find out what you need. It'll save you a bunch of time.
Sounds great. What is it?
Check out Canafo.com. Cannafo.com.
That's right, Tommy and Bob. Canafo.com is the world's first online directory, marketplace, news portal, growing advice resource, and social social media platform for all things cannabis.
Dude, where's that voice coming from?
You hear that too? Maybe we ought to cut back a little.
Canafo.com is the Google, Facebook, and Craigslist of cannabis. It even has its own social media platform. Canafo.com puts everything cannabis in one place for consumers, business, and growers. Canafo.com is a free service where you can find over 9,000 different strains of cannabis.
Whoa!
Shop cannabis classifieds and much, much more. Canafo.com. Visit today and get in the know with Canafo.
Well, like I said, I want to tell you about this little system. The gentleman who owns the company was nice enough to donate this to Time for Hemp so that we could show our audience just how cool it is and how easy it is and how low maintenance it is, you know, for use and for putting up in your apartment. It's just right there in the little corner. It doesn't take up much room at all. And I stand about 5 foot. It's about 5'10", and it's about half foot, maybe a foot taller than me. That's about it. And you can raise it and lower the tent. He's got other systems that can hold more than just 2 plants, of course. And if you want more than that, or you got space for more than that, then you can check him. That's urbangrow.com. Let our sponsors know that you found them on our website, because that's how we stay alive. And I can certainly tell you, Facebook and YouTube and various other medias are trying to make certain that alternative messages are more difficult to be heard. But if you got a large audience, if you got a lot of people following you and sharing your content and making comments on your content and giving thumbs up for your content, it's kind of hard for Facebook to ignore your content. I mean, I've been on Facebook for a long time, and it's even difficult to get my message out just to all of my friends. I got 5,000 friends, and of my 5,000 friends, unless you subscribe to it and you've been to my news feed within the last number of days or hours, my message doesn't get to you. And so they try to do what they can to censor us, which is why, so far, since Twitter hasn't done much censoring, I use Facebook as a platform to promote our Twitter feed. And on our Twitter feed and our Facebook feed, we put a lot of news items, a lot of headline news, so that we can keep people from all around the world up to date. So, and it's something we also do for free for you, because we have sponsors. And we're going to be needing more sponsors so that we can get louder. We got more things that we want to do. We're found on Roku TV. For those of you who have Roku TV, you can watch Time for Hemp on it. We're on iHeartRadio, so you can listen to us in your car. And you can also check us out on your handhelds. Anything put out by Apple has iHeart on it. And we got all kinds of great apps. If you go to our website, we got lots of free downloads. Our podcasts are free. And we do that so that we can get the message out about how wonderful cannabis is when it comes to using it for medications, how great hemp is when it comes to creating great creature products that are durable and strong and last eons. And we've got all kinds of voices from the past that are no longer with us, that because their voices in our archives are still being heard today. So that's how important our sponsors are. And that's how important it is that you let our sponsors know that you appreciate them standing behind us. Well, with that said, I do want to share with you how cool this little system is. I mean, you can just order it, and when it shows up at your door from the UPS man, you can pick it up, and then, you know,
waking back in the morning, waking back in the afternoon, waking back in the nighttime, every time it's alright, it's alright. 7 a.m. call him on the telephone, said I'm coming over, son, it's time for us to roll. And I'm on the way to school with nothing to do. Thought I roll another blunt to smoke it with you. Got the windows down with the Cali regular. Get the stop, got the 20 spinning round. Roll it tight so it burns real slow. I got the SOB dropping the baseline low, so move. me sneaking out the back to smoke with you. It was me and Mary Jane in homeroom class. I caught a smell of sweet aroma as she blew on past. Well, jaw dropping as my lip turns black. If I could stop to pay attention, wouldn't have to come back. I could hit the food and smoke my days away until the sun drops down and it's time to play. Waking back in the morning, waking back in the afternoon, waking back in the nighttime. Every time is alright, it's alright. Waking back in the morning, waking back in the afternoon, waking back in the nighttime. Every time is alright, it's alright. They like to lurk and hide. The only way to get safe home tonight is to run and hide, run and hide. Well, it's midnight, midnight. All the creatures of the earth, how they like to lurk and hide. The only way to get safe home tonight is to run and hide, run and hide. Waking back in the morning, waking back in the afternoon, waking back in the nighttime. Every time is alright, it's alright. Waking back in the morning, waking back in the afternoon, waking back in the nighttime. Every time it's alright, it's alright. Waking back in the nighttime. Every time is alright, it's alright.
Ain't that groovy? See how easy that is to put together? I mean, jeepers. Seriously. So, and not only is it easy, it takes very little time. So, for those busy people who don't have a lot of time to mess with a garden or a plant, you don't have to. You really don't have to. Spend about 30 minutes putting the darn thing together. Spend about 15 minutes a week maintenance. And in 6 weeks, you're picking your bud. Now, if you're too busy for that, then you need to learn to pay the high prices. I got no sympathy for you. Don't talk to me about how you're tired of the prices going up. You know, for the price of a half ounce, I think, maybe an ounce, you got this whole system. Seriously. And in 6 weeks, I mean, I was blown away. I got some seeds from Crop King Seeds, and we germinated them. They germinated in just a couple of days. They were really quick. And we figured because it was starting inside in a small area, and we didn't have deep pots. They're just about 3 feet, maybe 4 deep. And that the plants wouldn't get that big that fast. And gosh, they sure did. It's a great system. The lighting's great. It's, you know, we not had any problems with pests, any problems with mites, any problems with being too wet on the roots, too dry on the roots, over-fertilized, under-fertilized, not enough air, too much light, not enough light, too close to the light. All those problems are gone. Absolutely gone. And you notice that it's got that silver lining on the inside, which makes the light on the top to like really reflect all around. So it does a great job. We've had to trim the bottom of these plants, and we've started clones already, just to keep them from overgrowing each other. And it is awesome. It's like watching a tree grow. And every day when I wake up, I can't wait. It's like Christmas. I can't wait. I got to go look at my garden, see my plants. And I want to say thank you to Urban Garden for making this happen. And the next time around, we're going to film more of it. And we got the gardener's going to do little tips on how to germinate and how to clone. And you can find that on the internet already with other people doing it. But we're having fun. So we figured we're having fun. We might as well also do that too. And we've got sponsors that want to share their products and show to you, our audience, how good their products work, like Urban Garden and Crop King Seeds. And we have others down the line too that we want to share with you. We also ask you to pay attention to the little stream up underneath us, because we list some of our sponsors there, and we want you to go to their websites there and say thank you very much to them, because again, without their support, you wouldn't be hearing this. And we have a large archive of information that we can share with the whole cannabis movement over and over and over. And that we appreciate being able to do. So thank you to Canifo, and thank you to Indigo, and thank you to KDK Distributors, and thank you Hempress, and thank you for all the wonderful things that you do to help get this message out on the MP3s and on the videos, and in we've even got a newsletter. Now our newsletter was kind of weird in the sense that it's only 20 pages long, always. And if you print it out, it looks just like a magazine, so you can run it down to Kinko's and ask them to print out 20 copies, which some stores do. And they leave them laying around like a smoke shop or a pipe shop, and there's a lot of customers standing around. They don't want their customers getting bored while they're waiting for service, or if they're sitting there enjoying, in a vape room, a little medication. It gives them something to read. And sometimes our sponsors even advertise in our little magazine, and they print out copies, and then they hand them out at the expos they go to, or some of the festivals they go to. And so we keep it to 20 pages, so it's inexpensive to print out. And we also keep it that small so that people can download it on their handhelds, their smartphones, their little tablets, and maybe soon on their little watches. There's little computer watches, and they're getting to be more and more memory available, more RAM available. So who knows what you're going to be able to do with your smartwatches soon, right? So anyway, and we also realize that people are on the go. I'm still trying to learn how to make my shows short. I'm used to doing a whole hour segment, right? And I've been doing an hour audio interview every day for 5 days a week for I don't know how long. So I have to adjust myself. Give me time. I'll get them short. But we're trying to get them short so you can download them in your smartphone, share them with your friends, share them in an email, and even actually have time to watch the whole thing, because a lot of people don't have time to watch a whole hour, and we understand that too. And we want to make certain that you can get the information you need quickly. So anyway, with that said, I want to say thank you to some of our sponsors right now.
Growsentia has developed Mammoth P, an organically derived soil inoculant that maximizes phosphorus and micronutrient cycling to maximize bud growth, increase yield, and enhance plant health. Mammoth P's patent-pending technology is OMRI certified. The increased levels of phosphorus and other micronutrients result in increased stem strength and a 16% increase in harvest yield. Mammoth P is effective in soil, soilless, and hydroponic systems. This biostimulant microbial product really works synergistically with any nutrient and fertilizers in your management and feeding regime. Incorporate Mammoth P into your feeding protocols as a supplement to any fertilizer program. Mammoth P is being used by growers, commercial and hobbyists throughout the U.S. Go to mammothmicrobes.com to find a store near you or to order through one of the company's online partners. That's mammothmicrobes.com, scientifically proven to grow mammoth buds.
You are listening to the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network. The only broadcasting network dedicated to ending the global war on drugs on iHeartRadio.
That's it. Oh, that's it right there. I keep forgetting the image is flipped. So that should be like that for me, but it's not. It's like that for me. So sometimes you'll see me go, oh, look over there at the screen, and you think, how high is he? Well, probably pretty high. Right, but still. I want to let you know that our website is easy to find, right? So here, I want to just bring it right on up here like this. Ooh, jeepers. And, oh, here, I know what I can do. Instead of doing that, I can come over to here. Let's see, just a minute. There we go. And show you how easy it is to find it. And look, if you want to know where we're at, you can just come to our timeforhemp.com. Even if you go to timeforhemp.com, it'll take you to, eventually, the home page is here. All right. And let me show you what I mean. This is, let's see, here we go. This is our newsletter that I was talking to you about earlier, and it's on our timeforhemp.com website, which is the WordPress website, and it's the site that we've had for a long time. And when you go to it, you'll find this, talking about how we dedicate ourselves to getting the information out in real news, not fake news, but we get real news out about hemp and cannabis. And then when you click the Go Home button, then it takes you to our time-for-hemp button, a website that we are working with as well. Here you find, just by clicking that, you can listen to our live stream. It just kicks right on. It doesn't take but just a minute. Well, maybe it takes more than a minute.
Law Enforcement Against Prohibition, and the author of the book, Why Our Drug Laws Have Failed and What We Can Do. Judge Gray was a staff judge, advocate, and criminal defense attorney for the U.S. Navy JAG Corps, and worked as a federal prosecutor for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Los Angeles. In 1983, he was appointed to the Santa Ana Municipal Court, and in 1989, he was elevated to Superior Court of Orange County, retiring in January of 2009. Although Judge Gray has championed many causes, none has been bolder than his work to combat the illegal drug problem in America. He has concluded that helping to repeal drug prohibition is the best.
I mean, there's no point in me sitting there listening to it. You can go there and listen to it yourself. But it's 24 hours a day, and you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. And if you don't know where to locate us, you can just come and click on the icon, and there it is, you know. And then we've also got other really cool things that you can find on our website. We've got, if you get a moment and you're looking for fun stuff to do, we've got a reason to laugh. We think laughter is the key. So we've got a spot that's dedicated to people who have joked or about cannabis or marijuana or industrial hemp. There's actually clowning around, but we've got cartoons there, and we've got links to great comedians there to check out. And I don't know, I could probably go on and do a whole thing on our website, but why don't you go there yourself? It's easy to navigate. Check it out. There's also a donate button if you get there and feel inclined to hit the donate button. That would be cool. That's how our audience can help. And while you're there, keep in mind that at the bottom of every HTML, or almost every HTML, you can find a free MP3, a free song, and they're usually pretty groovy too, about how cannabis is a wonderful plant. They're all cannabis related. Oh, there's a few about freedom, but they're free to download, so you can add to your music library just by visiting timeforhemp.com. Well, I tell you, it's been a lot of fun to be here. Tonight, I got to do a TV show with Paul Stanford. Pacific Standard Time at 8 p.m. it begins. It's called Cannabis Common Sense, and it's an honor to be part of the show. I'm the joint host. Get it? Joint host. And we keep people up to date about what's going on in our area and around the world. Paul is a hardworking activist and has a lot of guests on as well. So if you get a chance, you can find it on YouTube, the archives there, Cannabis Common Sense. It live streams on the Facebook channel here, on the Cannabis Common Sense Facebook channel. You can watch it live at night. And on Ustream It. and you can share it with your friends. So anyway, it's Casual Fridays, and it's Growing Weekends. We got a big blog site tomorrow that's going to be going up as well. We've been posting new things on our blog, and again on our Tweety feed and on our Facebook feed. We got information about growing and cultivation. So I don't know. We do what we can to share the love and share the information about how important it is to end cannabis prohibition. And remember, the next time you see me, you'll know that it's time for hemp.
Look at all that money, yeah, the money that they spent. Take another look now and take some time for hemp. Don't cut trees for paper, cause it hurts the environment. Stop deforestation, yeah, it's time for hemp. Oh, an acre of hemp makes 20 barrels of oil. No need for pesticides to poison all our soil. People got no food, they got no clothes, they got no rest. Well, right now it's time for hemp.
You are listening to the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network. The only broadcasting network dedicated to ending the global war on drugs on iHeartRadio. Please share us with your friends.
Have you ever had a problem with overcooking your cannabis oil? You probably wanted to rip your hair out when you burned off all the THC, right? I even cried one time when my brownies failed to make a good impression at the party. Well, I stopped crying when I found Magical Butter. Magical Butter is a device with a microprocessor controlled program sequencer. It was designed by a scientist and a chemist to precisely extract the benefits of various herbs. Magical Butter easily makes botanical butter, oils, tinctures, lotions, sauces, and more. Magical Butter heats your oil and your herbs at the perfect temperature every time. Check us out at magicalbutter.com because it's magical. Okay, there's a lot of science and chemistry involved, but it sure works like magic.